Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast.
You've been eating stuff.
Eating stuffing mix.
The Mountain from Game of Thrones, if you ever watched it.
He has a little brother called the Hill.
Shut up. Shut up.
Elon Musk, one of the most intelligent people out there.
His son is going to have a lifetime of bullying.
This episode has no special guests. it's just Sean and Michael. It's just us. We're here.
Anyways.
What a good intro.
Welcome back. Wait.
Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast. We hit 1,000 views, baby.
1,000 downloads.
1,000 downloads overall. We're here.
We made it. Yay. I'm pretty sure this is very similar to the last episode's intro.
It is. Don't get them confused. This is episode 11.
This 10, 11.
11. We've lost our minds a little bit more than last week.
Got confused then.
But we are getting there.
So, just quickly, the first thing I want to talk about.
Okay, go.
Why you messing around with your phone and stuff.
I'm putting it on silent.
It was your birthday on Wednesday.
No, it wasn't. What are you talking about?
It was your birthday on Wednesday. How was it? Have a good time?
I thought I was muted for a second. Yeah, I had my birthday on Wednesday.
So,
I
was like, should I get him a present? I was like, I know he hates receiving presents. And I was like, I tell you what, I'll give him the present on the podcast.
Sean just pulled his bag a little bit closer.
Make Sean look like a better friend. So,
what do you mean? A better friend?
Yeah,
me?
so it's like I could show the world that I bought Michael. So, first thing I think of when I think of Michael, I think lack of hair, right? So I got you, first off, just some of those.
Some Swiss Ultra Boost, hair, skin, and nails.
Yes. Help you boost your hair growth and stuff. I know
to maintain glossy hair.
Glossy hair.
I like glossy hair.
Yeah.
All right.
I also...
How much were these? Aren't these expensive?
It's like $10, I think. I went to hell and back to get you some instant coffee without coffee beans in it. Here you go.
Oh, wait. Is this coffee-free coffee beans?
Yeah, it's coffee-free coffee beans.
Is it? Why granulated?
Yep.
Why does that mean coffee bean free?
Yes.
Hang on. Ingredients.
Are you reading it?
Ingredients is just granulated instant coffee.
Let's not talk about it.
This brings up a question.
No. Let's not.
Is there instant coffee in instant coffee?
Just some stuffing mix.
We've got some seasoned stuffing mix.
That's just a classic.
This is going to be an Instagram post.
And
all the presents lined up.
Little card
next
for
to each
you.
other. Oh my god, I'm overwhelmed. My hands are full.
Hands are full. So many gifts.
Am I opening the card now?
If you, yeah, go for it. And you got the new car I got him outside.
Just explodes with glitter.
It's a glitter bomb. Oh, I should have done that.
Oh, that's a good card. Avengers Assemble.
Mm-hmm.
Happy birthday. Oh, what? Why?
You love the Avengers. Read what it says.
Dear Michael, you stink. Because on this day, someone awesome was born. It's on the card. Sean didn't write.
Yeah, I didn't write that. That was just from the...
Bro, I can't accept this. That's ridiculous.
It made him look uncomfortable now.
So I hate receiving presents
I
because
know.
it makes me awkward. I don't like it.
Why does it make you awkward? Just accept it.
I'm going to punch you in the face. And
also, we should talk about a good friend of Michael for his birthday.
Oh, yes.
Made him stubby holders, Young Crumbs stubby holders. And they made me one too. And I think that's like the coolest thing ever. So thank you to whoever. Hands
down, apart from everything you just handed to me.
Yeah, I mean, that's just
one of the dead ass best present I've ever gotten. When she was reaching into the bag, and I was like, oh, what is it? The last thing I expected was that, but it was the best thing that could have come out.
It's so cool. And then, because Michael sent the photo to me, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. And as a joke, I was like, oh, did she make two? And he's like, yeah, she did. And I was like, wait, really? I was like, that's so sick. It's like a little Young Crumbs stubby holder now.
So it's just got our faces on it.
That's so awesome.
Well,
thank you to, who was it?
Lyndall. Shout out to Lyndall.
Thank you,
she's
Lyndall.
Awesome.
You're very, very sweet. That was
awesome person. Yeah, no. Yeah. So we'll upload photos of all this.
Yeah, we will.
On our Instagram, Young Crumbs podcast.
At the Young Crumbs podcast.
Anyways, was that the first topic you wanted to bring up before?
I wanted to give you some gifts for your birthday. Turned 35.
Good topic. Do you like your own birthday?
I enjoy my birthday. Yeah.
You enjoy your own birthday? Okay.
But I know you don't.
I don't.
But you enjoy the dinner with family and stuff. I think it's just a gift thing you don't like, right?
No, it's a mixture. I don't like things being about me, being the center of that kind of... I don't like people coming together for me, you know? if I can, ideal dream is to be able to say, hey guys, let's just have a dinner.
You had a 21st party.
And have no one. Yeah. My 21st party was the first time I was ever like, you know what? It's okay to be like, this is about me. I want this. Like, this is my night.
I think
type of thing.
It's
a different type of vibe. And it was just an opportunity to get all my friends from all my different walks of life together, you know?
Combine them all.
Work friends, school friends.
Hey, those
friends,
like
everything.
3 wise men that were there. Pretty handsome.
Pretty handsome dudes.
Yeah.
I had a Christmas in July theme, and Sean came as a wise man from The Christmas Story. The Christmas Story.
The Christmas
You know,
story.
that Christmas story?
Yeah. No, the other one.
I love the Polar Express.
Yeah. So what did you do for your birthday then? Just had like a little dinner and stuff? I know you went to stuff.
Not even. I trained with you guys and then just kind of came home.
Got yourself some rock climbing boots?
I did.
Bouldering.
Yeah, I bought.
Bouldering shoes?
I won $450 on the pokies the other night. Did I tell you this?
That's crazy. Yeah, you told me about that.
So I went, not for my birthday, but on Thursday night. We just went out with 2 uni friends and we're like, yeah, we got $20. Let's throw it on the pokies.
You always love going on the pokies.
I won the minor, mate. $450.
$450
So I bought some climbing shoes. The climbing gyms are back. I'm going there tonight.
How much are the boots, if you don't mind me asking? I don't know. Like I'm
climbing
very
shoes are
novice.
expensive. Like a cheap pair. Like a cheapest pair for an adult is maybe like $150.
Yeah, I'd guess about 300.
No, it was
250.
It was 214.
Okay,
214.
Yeah, that's what
which is pretty standard for like a decent pair.
Yeah. So you got yourself a nice little pair there.
Nice
Are you excited to go tonight?
Shoes. Oh, I'm gonna be so weak, man.
Yeah. Well, I went to the gym today. It's the first time back.
How was it?
Great. I loved it.
Did you wipe down everything?
Well, I went straight. Like obviously went there, and then there's a sign at the front that says no towel. No training, no excuses. And I was like, I don't usually bring a towel. And I was like, oh, shit. So I went and got a towel. But it was super busy and it kind of sucked. But it was good to sort of be back. It's good how everything's sort of coming back. I would like to go.
Does it slow down? Does it slow down your workout? You find that you're there a bit longer?
Well, because I have to wipe everything down.
Yeah, just, little things.
Not gonna lie, didn't really wipe anything down.
Bro, you're part of the problem.
Yeah, part of the issue, I know. Well, I wiped with like my towel, but like I didn't go get an antibacterial wipe.
So they have them though for you to wipe stuff down, right?
Yeah, they have like little stations to wipe your hands if you want.
Do they have people walking around wiping stuff down all the time as well? Okay, interesting.
Ooh, yeah, kind of risky, isn't it?
Ooh. Yeah, do you reckon there'll be another spike?
Yeah, definitely. I think it's just guaranteed.
This is our weekly Corona talk.
Yeah.
5 minutes.
Well, I literally saw a post like before I came here. It was like Illawarra region. 1 person tested positive. It's funny how like other countries are getting like tens of thousands positive, and we're like one person positive.
Yeah, we're all freaking out. Oh no, it's the beginning of the end. I think that.
I think there's enough.
I don't think we have
there's
to
enough
worry
things
too
in
much.
place now.
Yeah.
Like obviously when the outbreak started, everyone was just sort of like, "Oh shit, what do we do?" Now that there's like, it's so much knowledge going around that if you get it, and then like, have you been to like a restaurant recently? Like now everything sort of came back.
Yeah, they do.
Every place I've gone, you have to sign in.
Yep.
Right down and like
Take
if
your
someone
name,
tested
number,
positive and they're like,
everything.
I went here, and they were like, okay, cool. We have a list of all the people that came in that day, so they like ring them and stuff. There's probably enough like things in place that if there was an outbreak, it would be a slow sort of thing.
Well, I've noticed basically everything's back to normal. Like I'll shake my friends' hands when we meet each other. Like we did at soccer training the other night.
Yeah.
It's kind of just back to a regular thing.
I think nightclubs are still closed. There's talks of them coming back in like August.
I think you've just got way too many people in super close proximity to each other.
I think there's like bars are open, but you have to go in and eat.
And you have to be sitting. You can't stand and mingle and things like that.
I've gone to our local bar recently, and it was just like groups of people just sort of eating. It was just like a restaurant, really. It wasn't really much of a point. But then I heard that they're gonna be bringing back, like you're allowed to go in just to get a drink, kind of thing. So you don't have to order food.
Okay.
That's again like August, but the festival we're gonna go to got completely cancelled this year.
It's just
Splendor in the Grass.
We basically retained our tickets for next.
Yeah, they're like you get free tickets for next year. So
but then a bunch of people are like, "Do we keep our camping tickets?" Because
I assume
they pay for camping, but are their spots secure? Things like that.
I'm sure all tickets are good. But then I saw, and another thing with the August was like music festivals might be coming back in August, and remember it got delayed till October.
Oh,
but I feel like it's too late now.
I think it's
just like
too hard to get artists from overseas and things like that. Like people, you can't unless Splendor's going to have private jets go and get them.
I mean, they probably could organize something like that, like this, but it'd be way too expensive.
I was thinking, what about private overseas travel? Because, like, say you're super rich and you own a private jet. Can you travel overseas?
Easily. Look at the
Or is it like a...
Look at the places like the UFC and stuff. They're still doing like fighting and stuff. People got to travel. Like they're flying people
But
around.
you can still fly within America. And most of their fighters are American.
And I'm pretty sure you can fly. Well, there's one of the UFC events coming up. They have a fight island in Abu Dhabi.
Really?
Is that how you say it? Abu Dhabi. And yeah, so they're going to have to fly people there and stuff. So like, I'm sure they got a private jet.
Have you been watching much UFC? They've uploaded a bunch of free fights on YouTube.
They do a lot of free fights, and they're really cool. Well, yeah, I watched 250. 251's coming up. No, wait. I watched... Oh, God, I got them all mixed up. 259 I watched, which was the first one that came back since like Corona.
Yep.
And then 250 happened quite recently. That was kind of a boring one. The card wasn't very good. And then 251's coming quite recently. Did you see Conor McGregor retired again?
Did he?
Yeah, he sent out a tweet. He's like, I'm done fighting. And he's like, Conor McGregor retires for the third time in 2 years.
You know what? It's probably fair.
It's just a negotiation tactic. He's done it before and he's come back and
do you reckon he's going to do it?
I think he's close to retirement. I feel like he could come back for like...
Do you think the fighting scene is a bit over Conor McGregor? He's
I think in the past... The UFC needed Conor McGregor because he brought a lot of people.
He brought a lot of people.
But then nowadays, there's a lot of other fighters that are sort of not as big, but
big names.
they're not relying on him as much. So
Definitely.
they kind of like, he can't come in and be like, I want to fight him. And they'll be like, well, you know, you can't. We've got other fighters now kind of thing.
Yeah.
But they still would obviously like him and like, I think it's a negotiation tactic 'cause he wants to fight someone else. But then he's like, you fought once like in this whole year.
Yeah.
If you're talking UFC, you're not going to be able to fight him specifically because he's the title contender. You can't really go from having one fight to automatically number one contender. It happened in the past. They did it once before, but it's just sort of it's a bit silly.
It's like Barcelona trying to join the EPL because they're a famous team and playing in the grand final.
It's like someone. It's like Sydney FC going, I want to verse Manchester United, and it's like, well, you can't really do that
just because I'm at the top in Australia type of thing. Yeah,
it's just a bit like he just needs to fight a bit more, but I don't think he wants to. But he's a millionaire; he doesn't have to fight. He doesn't have to fight anymore.
Unless he's got some sort of serious gambling problem, or he's wasted all his money on investments.
Unless he's got a serious like personal vendetta against someone, or he wants to like a rematch of some kind, which I'm sure that's what he's probably going for. But
have you seen that Sean O'Malley bloke?
Yeah, he's fun.
He's cool. The Sugar Show.
He's hilarious.
He just kind of has this super cool persona about him.
It's honestly UFC's part fighting, obviously, but if you can create a brand of yourself, make yourself cool, have like the Sugar Show that works. That's a cool name. Like you just got to sell yourself because there's people who aren't in the title, like don't have a title, like they're not. Yeah. But they come in and they earn more than the people who have like the title. You know
Cowboy's a bit like that.
Yeah.
He's never really at the top.
He's never at the top, but
he's just a fun character. He's a cool dude.
He fights so often. That guy. He fights like the reason he has so much respect in the game is because when a fighter drops out, they give him a call and he'd be like, "Yeah, I'll fight." Yeah. He always fights. Like he'll just fight.
Sure.
Like he just always because he's more there for the money as opposed to like he has the most UFC wins and stuff because he fights so often. Because it's just like
I've seen his record. He's got a fair few losses too.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's just because he
but
fights
like
heaps.
People love him because then again, he's a cowboy. He's a character. But yeah, that's Sugar Show. He's a funny bloke. If you don't know him, he just like I don't know. He's just he's got rainbow hair,
rainbow dreadlocks,
says some funny stuff, and like his performances in the fights are really good to watch too. Yeah, they're very good. Like
he's a very entertaining fighter.
You find that fighters that are more into like grappling and wrestling aren't as popular as the ones that can just come in and just knock someone out.
Yeah.
Because of the casuals, you see someone that knocks someone out, they're like, oh, that's so cool. He's awesome. Then you see someone that like taps someone out, a casual person would be like, oh, that's kind of boring, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So he does a lot of like walk-off knockouts where he just very comes in,
he's a very
knocks him out.
Dynamic. He moves around a lot. Quick strikes. He does all sorts.
Yeah, he's very cool. Definitely... I want to hear about this panther. You mentioned before the story, before this podcast, you were talking about some panther or something.
Okay, so I was talking about, kind of throwback to last week, we were talking a bit about conspiracy theorists and the type of people that believe in conspiracy theorists. I was talking to a friend at my work about it, and he brought up the Blue Mountains Black Panther. So, in case you don't know, the Blue Mountains is a region in Australia, kind of northwest of Sydney, kind of.
Blue Mountains is east of Sydney.
East. Wait.
West.
No.
West.
East is the coast.
West of Sydney.
It's west of Sydney. It's kind of northwest, right?
Yeah.
Or is it southwest?
Yeah.
I don't know, it's west of Sydney.
It's honest. It's part of the Great Dividing Range.
Yeah.
You just go west.
It's west
Anyways,
of Sydney.
it's inland.
It's inland. And for the past 100 years, there's been multiple reported sightings of a black panther, like a real panther.
Are we talking the superhero or the animal?
Yes. And
both.
A man from the fictional city of Wakanda.
Wakanda forever.
Wakanda.
I want to know, which one is it?
So, an animal,
Obviously
the animal, the
yeah.
panther.
Okay.
It apparently just roams around the Blue Mountains, and there's
Sure,
been
it's not like a
multiple. Well, this is the thing: multiple reported sightings.
multiple.
But apparently, these sightings have been happening for over 100 years, which means unless there's like a panther family, and they've had some kids or something, I doubt that.
You believe in this?
I doubt it's the
conspiracy?
one. Well, that got me thinking. There are some conspiracies that like you want to believe them because they're kind of fun, aren't they? See, I think that's a fun conspiracy
That is, yeah.
because you're like.
Doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah,
It's just
doesn't
like,
hurt
oh,
anyone.
yeah, there's a
Well,
panther.
it might hunt some livestock or something. But I was thinking, like, surely it would have attacked some sheep or cattle or something by now, or you'd see more evidence of it. But I was looking into it, and the most recent like piece of news I could find on it was they found a paw print the size of a full-grown like panther or lion or like a big cat in the Blue Mountains.
How recently?
February this year.
Oh, really?
And there was a Daily Telegraph article on it.
Shit.
So I
Maybe
don't,
it's true.
whether you want to look into it about how legit it is, but it got me thinking about mystical animals in general as well.
The Loch Ness Monster.
Loch Ness Monster. You kind of want it to be true, don't
That's
you?
a classic. Yeah.
You want it to be true because it's fun.
Drop bears.
Yeah, they're just koalas though.
They're real.
They're real to me.
That's so funny.
Got me thinking. One of these animals that I've always thought I kind of wish was true. Megalodon.
Well, they did exist, but they don't exist
They
anymore.
did, but how do you know? Every
What?
haven't you ever seen those like hunting megalodon shows
On
where
National
it's
Geographic?
a bunch of guys
They're the
and they're
best.
they're looking
Well,
into
I tell you what,
sightings
like-
and trying to see if the megalodon still exists.
When it comes to like sea monsters, it's saying like whether they exist or not, bro, like the ocean's so massive, we've barely explored any of it.
huge.
So like, there could be a chance there's one of them out there. I've seen
Giant squid.
giant
were
squids
thought-
exist.
they were thought to be a myth until like
Yeah.
30 years ago when one just washed up on shore and they're like, holy fuck.
Well,
this
there's
is a
one.
thing.
There's like a photo of like a fishing boat, and it's just this massive like 30-meter squid just
Yeah.
came up.
Yeah.
Bro, that's terrifying.
They've found whales and shit
Oh,
with
this
like
was-
the suction
Yeah,
cups like
the-
all around like
The
proper-
sperm whales have like I read something crazy once. It was like sperm whales have a fight with giant squids like once every hour or something. Did you hear about that? Or am I like,
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. That might be complete bullshit. Don't worry about that.
I think I met a sperm whale that told me that once.
Yeah, bro. I'll be beating up.
What's the
those
time?
squids.
Oh, fuck, another one's coming.
God damn it! I'm gonna go fight again. Yeah,
So,
no.
yeah, it just blows my
Bro,
mind.
squids are terrifying.
Deep ocean.
Have you seen like those footages on like oil rigs, and they have like the cameras, and they're like
Like the super deep cameras type of thing.
and they're like
Yeah.
panning around. And then I remember there was one where it's like the camera was panning, it goes bzz, bzz, and it like looks up, and there's like this really long jellyfish just there. And it's just real creepy because it's just so dark.
It's eerie.
It's eerie.
Eerie.
It's terrifying.
No, I've seen some like
Look, yeah.
like submarine, like deep sea submarine footage where it's kind of looking out and it's moving around and stuff like that. And all of a sudden through the frame will be like a giant fuck off like fish that just looks like terrifying, like a monster.
Just hanging
It's
about.
basically, it looks like a skeleton kind of thing. It doesn't really look.
Do yourself a favor and look up.
worldly.
Have you seen the video of like how deep the ocean really is or something like that?
Oh,
Those
it's
ones?
terrifying.
Those are terrifying.
Bro.
It's like it goes down and it's like, oh, here's how far scuba divers can go. Here's how deep whales go. Here's like the sunken Titanic, and then it just goes on for like the next 5 minutes, just like going down, 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 and then it's like here's the bottom of like the normal ocean, and then it just keeps going. I think it's like the height of Mount Everest reversed
It's times like 3. It's ridiculously
yeah,
deep.
it's
It's way taller than
one
Everest
particular
deep.
part of the ocean. The Marina Trench is the deepest, and that's where it's like. But like even the normal ocean's just like terrifyingly
crazy.
Ugh.
Easily, like you don't have to go that far off coast to get to like 100 meters deep type of thing. You just don't know what's down there.
Ocean's scary.
Have you ever been out in open ocean and like been treading water? Like off a boat or something like that. Not alone, stranded, but
no, I don't think I haven't. No.
When I forget, we went like deep sea fishing once, and we kind of had a quick swim during the day because
like
it was cold
to the point where you can't see land. Like you've just gone all the way
like
out.
you might be able to see land, but you just feel so alone. Like it feels middle of nowhere.
I get shivers up my spine. I think about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I was in the water and I was like I'm okay with that sort of stuff. It might creep me out a little bit. I'm generally okay, but I underwater at the beach, you can open your eyes pretty easy. The salt water doesn't hurt them too much.
Yeah.
And I look down, and it's just like a black abyss, and you can you can see into the water until it just kind of disappears, and you're like,
you don't know what's underneath.
You don't know what's underneath you,
Yeah.
and it's scary.
Do you know what that phobia is called?
It's almost peaceful though.
It's like thalassophobia, I think. It's like this fear of open ocean and deep ocean. And stuff like that.
vast, like emptiness.
Nah, that's
type
terrifying.
Of thing.
That's just scary me.
I found it was weird. I found it kind of therapeutic and peaceful. I was just sitting there with my face like looking down in the water, being like, wow.
Yeah. I think the thought of it's more scary than the actual thing. Like when I feel like if I was there, it's like, oh, this is kind of cool, but yeah,
the thought of not knowing
is just kind of scary. Like submarines scare me. Today I was actually watching a video of like, someone on YouTube went to like the Arctic and they were doing like research and stuff. Yep. And like submarines can just like burst up through into the, you've seen that before? They burst up into the ice, like submarines.
Oh, like through the sheet ice?
Yeah, through the sheet ice and stuff like that. Yeah, and he was like going into the submarine because it just bursted up to the ice. I was like, that's so cool. Like
that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Have you seen the boats that go through the big ice sheets and they break it apart as they go?
Icebreakers or whatever. Yeah, no.
Bro,
that's cool.
Mental.
That's cool.
Hey,
but the Earth's flat though, so they're gonna fall off pretty soon if they don't.
You mean breaking through the ice wall?
That's impossible, Jamie.
It's impossible, mate. You just fall off the edge.
You just fall off the edge.
Yeah, but Megalodon. When I was looking, I was like, man, there's so much down there. You can't even fucking.
Can never be too certain.
You never know.
I'd like there to be
something like 3% of our oceans have been explored.
Something like that.
Some really low number.
Well, look at the bloody plane that crashed. What was it? MH370?
The one to Malaysia.
Disappeared. It probably landed in the ocean. It's probably just gone.
Probably taken down by a giant squid.
Bloody sperm whales ate it. Why aren't we investigating sperm whales? Have you seen the... I think there was like a wing, part of a wing that washed up onto like Madagascar. And it's like...
How the hell did you
It's terrifying because they probably landed and that's it. I remember there's
an army of meerkats that have taken them hostage. Singing.
It's singing. It's Madagascar and Madagascar, they have the old plane.
Yeah.
And it's a slingshot.
Yeah, that's
MH370.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So Madagascar's the new Simpsons. It's telling the future.
Yeah. I knew it. No, I remember I was watching a video of like someone who like went to depth and like how they tried to find it and stuff. And they have like deep ocean audio recordings. And they like constantly records like, and then like you can, and they like sort of grabbed like maybe a day after they lost it and they sort of saw like a bleep where it was just like a crash sort of noise. And it's so eerie, like listening to the noise itself. It's just like white noise in the middle of the ocean.
Bro,
and you just hear
empty. Well,
sorry. That's a little ASMR.
Are you familiar with Moby Dick, the story?
I am familiar with his Instagram page. Big fan.
Big fan? I'm a big fan too. He's a cool guy.
Hey, really cool dude.
Really cool dude.
Yeah. I'm not familiar, but I've heard of it.
There's a bit of
fights the whale.
Yeah,
it was a whale, wasn't it?
Moby Dick was the name of the whale.
Yeah,
was what they called the whale.
Did he end up killing it?
I don't think so.
Really?
I think it took down the boat. So the story is so there's the novel Moby Dick is inspired by a true story.
Oh.
Right.
I didn't know that.
And in the novel that's inspired by the true story, they kill the whale or they finally hunt it down type of thing, and it's just this.
Why are they trying to kill this whale? Poor whale didn't do anything.
Well, it was around the time where whale fat was used to make whale oil, which was used to make lanterns and stuff like that.
Yeah, valuable
So
stuff.
it's pretty crazy. They used to just like cut away the fat of these whales, boil it, and it would liquefy basically,
and it was flammable.
then they could use it to as oil. And it was based around a true story of a whale ship, or what they think was a true story, because it's kind of been passed through. Yeah, it's a bit, you're not really sure. But they basically broke apart the ship. They were in some lifeboats. There was like 3 different lifeboats, and it slowly like got to the point where the survivors had to eat each other to stay alive. Like they had to.
Wait, it happens in the book or the real story?
The real story, apparently.
Oh, okay.
So the real story is that they had to basically, whoever died off, they would have to eat them to, stay alive, because they were starving and they didn't have water and things like that. But this whale just like completely fucked their boat, and it would like hunt them down. It was like seeking vengeance.
Do whales eat people?
Dick. It was apparently just this big white whale. It
What
was
a
like
dick.
like a huge whale.
You could call it
Oh,
a Moby
I
Dick.
find that shit interesting.
That is cool. That's a cool story.
Like Megalodon, bro.
You are fascinated by this Megalodon.
Megalodon,
Megalodon,
I
bro.
want it to be true,
Bro,
Alright.
Megalodon.
If
Megalodon.
alright,
The episode of this
say
episode
it's just
will be
Megalodon.
Megalodon. Megalodon, bro.
I just keep thinking about it. If we found it, if it was true,
You want to go out there and find one?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
If I had lots of money, I would put
You
it.
reckon?
Yeah.
Would you do what James Cameron did and how he went to the bottom of the Mariana Trench?
Well, apparent. I don't
So like the
know.
Mariana Trench, if you don't know what that is, it's the deepest part of the ocean. It's just like
just
this sort of,
trench. Yeah.
it's like this big, deep, narrow trench in the middle. It's like off the coast of like China, Japan-ish, like around that area.
Is it?
Yeah, and then it's like down there, and then I think James Cameron built like a capsule. So like there's obviously immense pressure down the bottom.
James Cameron's a director.
Yeah.
He directed Avatar. He directed
Avatar
Titanic.
2.
He directed Titanic.
He found the Titanic.
I don't think he found it.
He
He just
found it, guys. It's
he
ready.
just wanted to, well, apparently he was like, I'm gonna make the Titanic movie because he needed funding for his expedition to go see it underwater, and he didn't.
Maybe
have-
they
and he
knew
didn't
where
have
it
the
was,
money,
but
so
he like filmed it for the first time. Maybe I think that's
I think he did film a lot of like but apparently he was like,
Hey,
I want to go see it because he's into like deep water exploration. And then he's like, but
what are we?
I don't have the money for it. I'm going to convince a studio
Gonna make a movie
to
quickly.
that we're going to make
Quickly,
a movie.
we'll just put something together quickly. Put a movie together or something.
Do you like the Titanic movie?
Titanic. I like the Titanic on breadcrumbs. Episode
breadcrumbs on
1,
the Titanic,
baby. Why has become full circle back to talking about the Titanic?
Every episode's just more references to previous episodes.
Hey, watch the first episode. I was thinking, today. Well, actually, a little while ago. This week.
All right.
I was thinking about making a tier list. You're familiar with what a tier list is?
I like a tier list.
So if you don't know what a tier list is, it's basically like you get a category and you sort of rank. So like you could be like movies, artists, and you have like gold tier, A tier, then like average, not good, crap kind of thing.
Whatever.
I was thinking we could do. The reason I was thinking of this because I think we should do bread, types of bread.
Okay.
Yeah. So I was eating a particular type of bread, and I was like, "This is the goat bread. There's nothing beats this type of bread."
What bread was it? Wonder White.
No, definitely wasn't Wonder White. I'm
What
trying
was
to
it?
think.
You can't
If I had to
remember the
ask you what's the best type of bread, what would it be?
a classic, honestly,
What?
classic fresh white loaf, still warm from Baker's Delight.
Other than that.
I like a Turkish.
Yes, that's it. Turkish bread is gorgeous.
I do like a Turkish.
Turkish bread
Sourdough.
is the best type of bread.
Sourdough. A lot of people love
Sourdough is
it.
like wishy-washy.
Pretty indifferent.
Pretty indifferent. But I feel like everyone agrees that Turkish bread is...
Turkish
Like
bread
you
is
might
very
not
nice.
think it's your favourite, but everyone likes Turkish bread.
Do you
know
like
what I mean?
Lebanese bread? It's
Lebanese bread's good.
It's a good. A
Lebanese
fresh Lebanese bread where it's
Lebanese
real
bread is
soft.
nice.
Oof. Good.
Big fan of crumpets?
Is that a bread?
I was thinking, I'm like, could you put crumpets in like... What about raisin toast?
I'd say raisin toast is a bread. It's a form of bread.
Would- do you like it?
Have you had pumpkin bread?
Yes.
Pumpkin bread's very nice.
Mm.
Raisin toast.
So-
I'm a big fan of raisin toast, but I wouldn't eat raisin toast. I wouldn't eat raisin bread. I'd eat raisin toast.
Yeah, of course. Well,
Raisin toast is just toasted.
would you agree
raisin
that
bread.
all bread's better when you toast it?
If it's not fresh,
Yes.
not a fresh
Toasted is
bread.
better.
I'm talking less than 12 hours out of the out of the oven.
Out of the oven.
Then
Sometimes when
it's
you have
better
just fresh
toasted.
bread, you can just eat it.
It's better toasted, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%. But if I had to ask you, what is god tier bread? What is it? Can be multiple. Doesn't have to be one.
What I said at the beginning.
What'd you say?
I already gave you my answer.
White bread.
What a fresh
But I
white
feel like
loaf, a
White
classic
bread's only
fresh
good
white
in a
loaf.
time frame. I'm talking like something you can pick up no matter what time of day it is.
Are we including banana bread? I'm not a fan of banana bread. I'll say.
I think banana bread's quite nice, but I mean, it's kind of a banana cake, isn't it? But
Well,
I mean,
man.
I'd throw it in there. But you're just gonna put it bottom tier, aren't you?
Banana bread.
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's not bottom for sure.
Okay.
I think
What's bottom?
my
Multi-grain.
my parents growing up, I just had white bread our whole lives, and then all of a sudden we got to about high school, and Mum watched some sort of documentary against preservatives and white bread and
White
everything nice in life, and was like, all right, guys, we're going to be healthy. No more white bread. Whole meal only.
Must
And
suck
then-
having a parent that cares for you.
And then, and then soon after that, she watched some other thing and was like, wholemeal bread, that's the devil.
Back to white bread.
No, it went further. It was like, now we have some country, multi-grain country loaf or
Those aren't bad.
country grain
Yeah,
loaf,
another one's
like,
talking about.
something like that. It's just too much. It's too much seed in your bread.
At what point is there too much seed? You know?
I'd
That's a
say,
good question.
okay.
How much seed is too much seed in your bread?
When you think, wow, a bird would like this.
Am I eating bread or bird food?
Is this bird
It's a
seed
fine
in bread
line.
or bread with some seeds in it?
I don't know. Have they just put some bird food and mixed it in with a bit of water and cooked it?
We our family
Bit of
friends
yeast?
our family friends used to feed the birds outside their house.
Really?
So they used to get some lorikeets, like beautiful rainbow birds, you know, the red and blue ones. And then they get some like parakeets and things. Is that what they're called?
I don't know.
Ones
I'm
with
not
yellow
a
and
bird
blue.
man.
Anyways, some colourful, beautiful birds.
Mm.
And then the cockatoos would come and bully the other smaller birds off the food type of thing. And so we used to roll up magazine clippings into darts and shoot them through a PVC pipe only at the cockatoos. So after a while, the cockatoos just stopped coming. They learnt that food's not.
It's a
for
dog
them.
eat dog world.
And they used to have like 20 to 40 parakeets sitting on their balcony eating honey on bread.
Oh god.
They used to feed it honey on bread.
What type of bread?
White bread, probably, because it's the best. Actually, no, maybe they do like the country grain.
Maybe they like the bird seed one. It's just straight
they
up.
see white bread and they flick it off the balcony
Like
with
give
their
us the one with seeds in
Yeah,
it, my
bro,
man.
I want
It's
seeds.
like you go to Woolworths and it's just like a loaf of bread. It's like now includes bird food because it's just like so much stuff. No, I think god tier is Turkish bread, and I'd put below that, so A tier. I'd put white bread.
Okay.
But it depends what type of white bread. I feel like
Right.
Wonder White's trash, but if you get
No.
if you
don't
get
want
some
any of
Baker's
that.
Delight,
Baker's
that's some
Delight.
good stuff.
I
They're nice, thinly sliced.
very rarely buy bread from the supermarket. I buy from bakery.
Thick or thin cut,
Thin.
of course.
Thin.
There's no other way.
I've never seen anyone go to go and
I've
get
had
like a white
them.
bread loaf
Yeah.
that's like, can I get that toast slice? It's like sandwich and toast.
Yeah, sandwich. Even
sandwich is better.
when you get sandwich sliced, and then I tell you what I do, I toast it. You're not allowed to,
Yeah.
but I do it anyways. They're like, look, we'll cut this in sandwich slices, but you better not toast it. And I'm like, I won't toast it.
But
I swear.
have you ever done the other way around? Have you ever had a toasted slice, like a thick toasted toast slice, but made a sandwich out of it?
Yeah, my mouth turned into a desert because it was just so thick and dry.
It's too thick.
You know what I mean? Went to Subway the
I
other
felt
day.
like I didn't have teeth.
And I went, it was quite late. It was like 4-ish. And they were like, oh, sorry, we don't have any wheat bread. That's what I normally get. And they're like, oh.
That's like a whole meal, right?
It's like a whole meal, yeah. And they're like, all we've got is the multigrain one. And the multigrain one's just like
It's like brown.
It's like brown with spurting and stuff. And I was like, yeah, it'll be right. It's fine. Like I'm not,
It's okay.
but it's bottom tier.
Look, I think for as long as I'm not going and buying my own bread, and
I'll take whatever bread I can
I'm
get.
still stinging off my parents, I'll just eat whatever bread.
You bring home the bread?
However, I do like a...
So you don't bring home bread? You bring home the bacon?
I bring home the...
You ring Dad? Hey, Dad, what are you bringing home? Oh, I'm bringing home the bread. Oh, I'll get the bacon. No worries.
We exclusively eat bacon on bread.
Bacon on bread. Bacon sandwiches are the goat.
My dad, for some reason... Everything was so hard when he was a kid, you know.
Back in my day.
Uphill both ways to school. It was a real hassle. And he used to, whenever we used to complain, like when we were young, about nothing to eat in the house, he would be like, you know what I used to have when I was young coming home from school?
You said this on the podcast
Me
before.
and my little brother used to just share a loaf of bread.
Yep.
And I was like...
all right. I'll eat the bread, man.
But was it white or was it country grain, Dad?
No, it was the bird seed one. Oh, Dad, that's horrible.
Oh my god, your life was as tough as you say.
Yeah. Dad, how'd you walk to school? Oh, it was up the street. Oh, so does that mean coming home was downhill? No, it was back up again.
I went back up.
It's up both ways, champion.
Like one of those illusion staircases that never go down.
Yeah. What is going on? I lived in Illusion Street. All right, do you wanna have a break quickly?
I'm gonna have a break.
Yeah, we'll have a break quickly.
Yeah.
We'll just be back in like 1 second, champion. Back in a second.
What?
Beep 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 boop beep beep boop beep boop boop.
Sean and I were just
beep beep boop boop. You just tossed your money on the floor.
I was trying to throw it in onto the bed.
Bro, you just threw the $1,000 I gave you all over the place.
Oh my god! Look,
So annoying.
all these bonds. You gave me war bonds for my birthday.
Do you fuck with the war?
Is?
Yeah, you pay for supporting the war. So
Yeah, and then the government give it back to you kind of slowly over the next years.
Yeah, but we're not in the war at the moment.
Yeah.
Do you fuck with the war?
It was considered a good.
No, I don't fuck with the war.
This bitch don't know about pen.
Still know about Benji. If you don't know what we're talking about what is it? Little Dicky
Pillow talking.
Pillow talk.
Pillow talking by Little Dicky.
Don't call brain names.
Yeah, it's probably better to look it up on YouTube.
The brain couldn't recall. Yeah, you gotta watch the film clip as well. So I had some absolute loser message me the other day. He was like, "Oh, hey, bro, you should talk about bucket lists on your podcast." His name's Ethan. He's a bit of a douchebag.
Yep.
Yeah, you got anything on your bucket list? It's a pretty shit topic. So
I was actually thinking about this today. I don't really have things I want to do because, like, I don't know.
Find the Titanic.
But I do. Swim with mermaids.
Find the Megalodon. That's it.
Get in a punch on with a giant squid.
Oh.
I want to.
Come here.
No, I thought today I really want to see the Aurora Borealis.
Is that like the?
Is that what it's called? The Northern Lights.
Yeah,
I really want to see like a crystal clear, like. You know when you go to the outback in Australia and you're away from the city and the light pollution and the stars pop out so much more? I want to do the equivalent of that with the Northern Lights. Yeah. So I want to go rural,
go to like
where the Northern Lights are and really like see them and really like experience that.
That would be cool.
I think it would be very beautiful.
That'd be sick. I think one of my things that I want to do, I want to set up with just like a couple of mates on the side of the curb with a sign that says, "If you honk, we'll drink." And we'll just sit there for hours.
That sounds like a really fun idea.
And these people just honk and we drink. I was thinking we could do that for a podcast episode. That'd be hilarious. Like we'd just be like sitting chatting and it just, alrighty. Drink. That'd be so funny. I'm just trying to think like, because your house wouldn't be very good because you want to get a lot of cars. But then mine would be okay.
I would go set up on a main road.
Fuck me.
I would go set up under the bridge in the suburb you live in.
There?
The road where the cars come around the bend.
Yeah. I feel like it's got to be on your own property, but
just
I feel
a
like
big sign.
I feel like they just kick you out.
Or could we stand on top of the bridge with a sign hanging over?
If you honk, we'll drink.
And just have a little bridge party.
That's a good idea.
I
like that. I really want to do that.
What are the rules around public drinking?
I don't know.
And public intoxication?
I feel like it's pretty strict. I feel like you're not allowed to have an open bottle thing if you're out in public. We'll look into it.
I've never heard of anyone.
How good would that be
fined
for a
it,
podcast episode? But
like
the audio would be shit. But it'd be so
it'd be
funny.
awful. You see cars and trucks.
That's why I feel like if it was on a street, you wouldn't hear it as like you wouldn't hear constant fucking cars going past.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
We could leave a sign on the bridge and be like, "Come to this address and honk for us to drink. Thanks."
No one will do that.
No one will do that.
If you saw a thing like that, would you go?
No, but if I had people in my car and I had nothing to do, like, oh, let's go find out where it is.
You post up, you park next to them, and just keep honking.
That'd be so much fun. I do want. That's definitely on my bucket list.
Surely we can do that. Like,
do that recently. You can do it soon.
If we get told off, then who cares? We just move.
Sorry about that, Jamie.
Well, that's similar to a fridge to fridge. You're not allowed to open.
Yeah, but fridge to fridge, you're not actually like drinking on the way there.
You're not meant to be.
If people who don't know what a fridge to fridge is, it's like basically people have elect their houses and you have like multiple houses and like you start at someone's house and you're meant to quote unquote empty their fridge, but you usually just bring your own drinks. So like you drink all their drinks and when you're done, everyone dresses up in goofy outfits and then rides to the next house and then empties their fridge and then you just keep going around and then it's meant to be fun. It's not fun at all.
I've never been to a really good one.
Well, we went to, I think every sort of, when you sort of graduate from high school, I think every sort of
your
grade
graduating year organises one. And
so we did
with
one.
A whole bunch of people.
And, I wasn't 18 at the time, so I didn't drink.
Yes.
But I brought lots of non-alcoholic beverages in my backpack. So when we were at the first house and I was drinking my non-alcoholic beverages, it was just Schweppes lemonade, like glass bottles. And then I was like, and then I remember it just started raining like a little bit. It was just sort of moist on the floor and I was using my skateboard to get around. I'm like, all right, let's go to the next house. All right, cool. We all start leaving. I round the corner of the first house, start to ride. I slip over and smash all my non-alcoholic bottles of lemonade everywhere. Oh. No drinks for the rest of the time.
I smashed my glass bottles of
lemonade. My non-alcoholic Schweppes lemonade was destroyed and I was very upset. It sucked. And then from then on, it was just like, go to someone's house. And then you wouldn't even spend long there. You'd spend like half an hour there. It's a good concept.
It's a good concept if you
really need some organising.
If there's a bunch of close houses.
Yes.
It's just a little bit hard because...
You just really need to organise it.
The people hosting too, I just feel for them every time. I've never been a host house in a fridge to fridge.
No.
But it's very much like, hey, we're going to hang out at my place, cause a mess, and then fuck off. No one's helping you clean up.
No.
You're not even cleaning up because you're joining the rest of them.
You gotta go.
And you're leaving your house in a mess for like 6 hours and by the time you get back, your parents are almost definitely going to be annoyed.
Oh, I think they would be.
Yeah.
Hey, Michael, thanks for leaving a mess.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you're a parent, are you going to be super chill and super cool about
I'm going to be the coolest parent, 100%.
You're smoking doobie with the boys. You're going to be like, oh, yeah, kids, have some weed. Like, Mister, we're 8 years old.
My son brings around his 12-year-old mates. Come on, boys, go have a shot of whiskey out of the back. Come with me, eh?
I was talking to your parents earlier. They don't mind.
Yeah, no, that's all good, mate.
Take your pants off. Look, come on. It'll be fun.
I'd rather you have your first cigarette with your old man. Come on, I got some out of the back for you.
Let's get our shirts off, have some whiskey, grow some hair.
Let's get some hair on your chest, get a bit of hair on your chest there, mate.
Get a bit of hair on your chest.
No, I don't know. I feel like when you're younger, you're like, yeah, I'd be really cool. But as you mature and you sort of have your own kid, you want to get very protective.
I'm young and I'm like, fuck that. I'm not like
you hate kids.
There'll be their moments, but I'm never gonna be super cool. Yeah, you know, there was always those people in high school that their parents were always cool with them having a thing. We have a friend like that.
They were the cool kids.
We have a friend like this.
Who's that?
Every Halloween, she had like a no. Is it not Halloween?
Oh, New Year's. Yes.
She had New Year's at her house for like 3 years in a row.
And it was big. It was a big New Year's party.
Things.
It was at least like 80 people there.
Yeah, and it's just
they had a very good house for hosting.
They do, but it doesn't mean they have to.
No.
Let me be clear. Great, like awesome. It's always mad when someone else hosts because you're like, fuck you. I don't have to worry about anything. Heaps cool. But I don't think if I was a parent, I would be like, you hosted last year.
Yeah,
I don't want to deal with that shit.
And you're a parent and you're old. You kind of
night.
Want to go do your own thing, don't you?
Yeah.
Could be kind of messed up.
I want to go watch the fireworks in the city.
What's the craziest thing you've seen done at a party? Like in terms of property damage, let's say that.
I think broken windows, but not intentional. It's been completely accidental.
Yeah.
I think there was more damage at like some of our weekends away that weren't really parties.
Yeah.
Like holes in the wall. But it's accidental. It's not like people being purposely reckless kind of thing. Like no one's
skid marks.
No one's intentionally being like, I'm going to fuck this house up because I'm drunk and don't care about this family. Like it's just accidental.
I saw this video. I think it was on TikTok. This guy was absolutely smashed and they're in the kitchen. And he saw some raw chicken, just grabs it and eats it. And they're like, all his friends like, no, spit that out. It was funny. But, yeah, I don't know what honestly, I got no idea what type of parent I'm going to be when I'm older. So I don't know. I'm going to have to wait and see, I guess. But,
you got to be real with them.
I feel like I would be slightly cool. Like if they want to have a party, because, you know, if you're known as the person who hosts parties, you know,
yeah,
you're kind of the cool kid. But,
I think it's the type of thing.
As long as they're like,
you got to shift responsibility on them.
Yeah,
you got to be like, okay, you're having your friends over, you're cleaning up.
You're cleaning up,
or if you want help, ask them to help you clean up, type of thing.
No alcohol.
I'm a big fan of helping clean up. At the or basically every 21st.
Not me. I hate cleaning up.
Well, basically every like party I've been to, last 5-10 minutes, if it's kind of dwindling down, just pick up some drinks off the floor.
There's that many people that if everyone just grabs like a bit,
it takes a minute if everyone helps.
Yeah,
like you obviously can't mop the floors and shit like that. That's a morning after job.
That's a morning after job.
But just little things like picking up balloons that are popped or picking up, you know, cans, bottles here and there, putting them in the bin. It's so simple and it helps so much.
Yeah,
for one person to do the job of 20, it takes like 20 times longer, believe it or not.
That's crazy how that works.
That's exponential.
Yeah, that is exponential.
That's not
just
exponential.
don't be a douchebag and just clean up after yourself. How hard is it? Yeah.
Oh, have you at your 21st? Did you ever pick up a drink when you were cleaning and it was like 3/4 full? And
yeah, that's probably my own. I was like my own. I feel like I don't know, maybe you can relate, but we both had 21st, but it was just sort of like, because you know everyone, like you walk past and you always like talking and, hey, blah, 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 like you're talking to everyone and it's just like, shit, where'd I put my drink? And I was like, multiple times I was like, where'd I put my phone? Like, I don't like, it was just constantly, and plus I was in a Spider-Man suit, so I didn't have pockets, so it was quite hard. But yeah, it was.
You left it in your backpack with your civilian clothes.
Yeah. No, that's what happened. My mum, during the 21st, she saw that there was so many like half drunken beer bottles that she kind of got annoyed, and she was like, annoying. She put like we had 3 cases of beer left, and she just put them in the garage because people were being annoying and like not drinking them fully.
No, that's fair.
So she just put them away. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, that's fine.
Big pet peeve.
Yeah, and then people were like,
my dad was like, the morning after mine was like,
why do people do that?
Why are people leaving their drinks around?
I don't know. I feel like it's. I
don't put my drink down ever.
I do. Feel like I got to take a photo. Got to hit the dance floor.
Yeah,
it's important. You know,
I'm just always drinking alcohol. I'm
always just consuming a beer.
I'm never not wasted.
I'm always at some kind of alcohol level. You know,
I rock up to work this morning. Oh, Michael, you're sober for a change.
Michael, mate, you don't smell like alcohol today.
What's going on?
Have you ever
had a drinking problem?
Yes.
Yes.
Still do. Do you ever rocked up to work like real bad?
I used to work in hospitality, and once.
But you used to start at like 4 in the afternoon. How bad was it?
So it only really happened once or twice, but I would get there crazy early because I had some other thing, or or I would do a double shift. So I'd do a lunchtime and then have like a 2-hour break, which is super dodgy on a business level.
Yeah.
But like that would make you go on a 2-hour break and then you'd come back for dinner service. And in that 2-hour break, some friends of my co-workers came in and we all just ended up sitting there. And I said to my manager, who was like mad dog, I was like, can I have a beer? And he's like, yeah, sure. Just get one on the house, pour it yourself. Had a 500ml beer, which is a lot. And like the German beers we used to have at work are like 6%.
This is the big 500ml is a big stein, isn't it?
No, it's a half stein.
Half stein, right.
But they were like 6%. So it's a decent, it's like 2-3 beers equivalent kind of thing. 2 regular beers equivalent. And then afterwards, he just came out and gave me another. I had no intention of it. And I was like, all right, cool.
So shit.
I ended up having about a liter and a bit of beer before work at like it's a pretty strong beer too. And I was serving those first customers of dinner service, and they would order. I was just like, I was so out of it.
Hey, what can I give you today?
I wasn't quite slurring, but I was just like, I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna have to write this down. What did you order? And they're like, I just ordered a solo, and I was like, I'm gonna forget by the time I get to the monitor. I need to write this shit down.
So I was just like, can I just get tap water? Yeah, I'm gonna have to write that down. What'd you get? Sorry, what was that? Tap water? Yeah. Oh, what was that?
Water?
Tap water. All right. How many waters a day?
I saw no ice.
You want Voss water or just tap water, champion?
we used to do a real dodgy thing. So
don't tell me you used to refill Voss water with tap water.
No.
I can taste the difference.
No. We never had Voss water. Right. Have you ever actually had Voss water?
Yeah, I've had Voss water. It tastes like normal water. Who would have thought?
Who would have thunk it?
Do you prefer bottled water or water from the tap?
Don't give a fuck. Tastes the same to me.
Oh, really? You can't taste the difference?
Actually, no. There is a difference, but I don't care.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we don't have water filters in my house either. Like, we don't really care.
What were you gonna say about
so we used to
drunk dickhead?
Dodgy business practice. We used to say to a customer at the restaurant I used to work at, would you like any bottled water? We would never say water. We'd never say tap water.
Oh, because you have to charge them.
I would say, do you want any bottled water? And if usually they blank and they're like, oh, water, yeah, sure, we'll take water. And I go put through a $9 bottle of still water, like, because our managers like used to make us. I never used to do it unless like they forced me to. I was like, it's dodgy business practice. And then when they made me do it, I would go back to the table and I'd be like, guys, do you want tap or bottled water? And they were like, oh, just tap. But the idea is that we would kind of
$9.
We would confuse. Oh, they were marked up so much. It was like a 1.5 liter bottle.
Did you ever do it and then someone got the thing back and they were like $9 for water?
All the time. And
what'd you do? You would say,
but
sorry.
For the amount of tables that didn't care, made up in profit for the amount of tables we would have to write off the bottles.
Oh, so someone can be like, oh, I didn't want to pay for the $9 water, and they wouldn't pay for it.
And we're basically banking on the idea that they're going to stay silent because they don't want to cause anything. They don't want to cause a hassle. Because a lot of people are like that. I'm a little bit like that. I'm
now it makes me not want to be like that.
It's not worth the hassle to like have a problem with this, so who cares? And a lot of the people that came to our restaurant were like quite kind of wealthy.
Yeah, I went to your restaurant pretty often, so I agree.
Yeah, you're bloody loaded, mate.
Podcasting on the topic of dodgy business practices, on my old work, fast food restaurant I used to work at. You know the one.
Is it no?
Nando's.
Oh, a Porto.
Yeah. Okay, cool. We're just gonna name it.
It's fine. You haven't worked there for like 6 years.
I worked there for 6 months.
I used to work at the Bavarian Beer Cafe. Yeah. Don't make sure you say tap water when you go there.
Yeah. Fuck that place, bro. No, but a Porto was very similar. If you say, so obviously it's like a fast food restaurant. If you order a burger, you'd be like, oh, do you want it in a meal? Do you want chips and a drink?
Yep.
You go, do you want it in a meal? And they're like, oh yeah. And we were told not to ask what size. You just give them a large straight away. Unless they go specify, they go, oh, I'll have a small, thanks. Like just a small meal.
See, a Porto, there's only 2 sizes though.
Yeah. Oh, there was medium when I was there, but I don't think they do that anymore. I think at the moment they don't have sizes at all.
They have one size, but you can change the size of your drink.
Yeah.
So same size.
But when
chips,
I was there,
same size chips, different drinks.
Yeah. When I was there, you could change. There was like large, medium, small chips. But yeah, so they would just be like, just ask them if they wanted a meal. Sometimes, like, I think I mentioned this before, but people, if they'd want a drink, if they wanted a burger and a drink and no chips, we were told just to give them a meal with chips because it ended up being cheaper. It's more expensive if you get a burger and a drink. Because a drink's like $4. Burger's like $4, $8. But a meal's like an extra $3 with chips and a drink.
Right.
So it's just like, that's a tip. Hey, just get chips and throw them out or something. It's hacks.
That's wasteful though.
Don't throw them out, eat them, but you know what I'm saying.
Give them to a friend.
Give them to a friend.
Give them to the homeless guy that's waiting at the end of the driveway.
Yeah. Well, back onto being intoxicated at work. I've never been intoxicated, but I've had bad hangovers.
Oh, that's like being intoxicated. Your brain's all fuzzy, mate.
But I feel like
you can't see
being intoxicated's like hangovers, like you just feel like shit. Intoxicated, you're like, whoa, woo, I'm messed up.
The difference is that people look at you when you're hungover and like, Sean's hungover.
Yeah.
And then the other times, if you're intoxicated, they're like, he should not be working.
Yeah. I remember one time I went, so after a big night, I was at work and I was pretty slower than usual. And my manager's really cool. He was like, oh, You had a big night last night. I was like, yeah. Like, you could just tell I just looked like, I was like, yeah, I had a really good night. It's like, oh, that's all good. Like, just keep going. You'll be right. And I'm like, oh, thanks. But like, yeah, he could tell. Like, he just tell.
I'll just say it to my managers.
Oh, really?
I'll get to work and I'll be like, look, I got 3 hours sleep. I got home from Vinyl at fucking 4 a.m. It's 8 a.m. on Saturday. It's like, I was so drunk. I feel like shit. Can I stand on the door all day? And they're usually like, yeah, that's fine. And so I'll stand still just saying hello to customers.
Hello. But I feel like this is a bit of a hot take because that's what our name should be called. Hot take.
Welcome back to the Young Crumbs podcast.
With another hot take. Do you think, I've had nights where I've done no drinking, like I drove or whatever, but I had like 4 hours sleep. Like I got home late, just hanging out with people.
Tired.
And I got up for work and I was okay. Like I'm just tired. Like I'm not sick in any way. Whereas I've had nights where I went to bed at like 11 and I'd work at like 8. So I've had like a solid like 7-8 hours sleep, but I was completely smashed when I went to sleep.
Yeah.
And I feel way worse when I've had a large amount of sleep, but have a hangover rather than had a small amount of sleep, but are completely sober. Do you agree?
So you think, so you felt worse with the large amount of sleep and hangover?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's because you're hungover.
Yes. But like you think like
who would have thought
running on 3 hours of sleep, pretty tired.
Well, what do they say in the drink driving ads? It's like being tired is like blowing an alcohol reading that's over the legal limit.
Yeah, but
it has the same effect on your body.
Yeah, but I'm saying I'm tired and I'm fine. Just grab coffee and I'm good to go.
Yeah, but I guess.
Yeah.
You can be drunk and feel fine.
Can you?
Yeah. Bro, get 3 shots in me. I feel on top of the world.
Wicked. I always go down an aisle and I grab the non-alcoholic beers and just go for it.
Do they actually have 0.1%?
0.5%.
Really? But you can sell them on the shelf?
Yep.
That's... Really?
Mm-hmm. It says alcoholic content 0.5%.
Because we used to sell them at the restaurant I used to work at.
That's non-alcoholic?
Yeah, well, it was said non-alcoholic beer, and then in brackets it would be like 0.05%.
Yeah.
Or 0.02,
yeah.
whatever.
But 0.5% isn't standard. It's not 0.5 standards.
No. It's a percentage of alcohol.
Yeah.
Where it's usually 4.6. This is like 0.05. So it's got next to nothing. But the kids parents would be like, oh, can I have my little son Jimmy wants a non-alcoholic beer to feel like a big boy. But we obviously can't get him a real beer. But we would have to be like, oh, sorry, it's actually...
Can you not give it to him at all?
0.05, yeah. It's actually 0.05% alcohol, so like it's got a little bit, so we can't. But he could just order a lemon lime bitters, and that's got probably more alcohol in it. Because bitters is got alcohol.
What like kid wants a beer? Do you remember when you were younger and your dad's like, have a sip of this? And you're like, this is awful.
No, I loved it. And since I was really young... That's
why you have an alcohol problem.
My dad... We used to bring cups to my dad. My dad used to put 3 centimeters in the bottom of the cup.
3 cups?
Yeah, when we were like 10.
Michael's showing me like a fat liter. But yeah, this much.
I used to bring him a tray and he used to fill it up 1 centimeter.
I used to bring
it's a whole beer.
I used to bring a full pint and he used to fill it up 3/4.
No, he used to fill up the bottom 3 centimeters of a cup. Pretty decent amount. Like
that's decent.
Sometimes he would pour us like half a cup and we'd be like, oh, are you sure, Dad?
Go like, for it, son.
Quickly before your mother sees.
Go on.
Go on then.
Michael's throwing up. So that's why you constantly drink beer and you have an alcohol problem.
Exactly. Old people though.
Quickly.
Topic of my dad. He fucking knows everything, that man.
Yeah.
He
He's
knows
a wise man.
I came home today and I was like, I think this will be something he doesn't know about. And I said, Dad, have you heard about the Blue Mountains panther? And he's like, yes, it's been roaming Blue Mountains for 75 years. And I was like, how the fuck? How did you know this? How do you know that? And he started telling me all these theories about how it might have gotten there and things like that.
What are the theories?
Apparently, traveling circus escapes.
Oh yeah,
maybe potentially.
Is that why it's called Penrith Panthers?
Maybe.
Penrith is quite close to the Blue Mountains.
Why would you name a football team after an animal that's not native to Australia?
Well, Cronulla Sharks. Sharks aren't really native to Australia.
There was literally a shark in Cronulla the other day.
South Sydney Rabbitohs.
There's rabbits in everywhere.
Gold Coast Titans. I don't really see many Titans.
Don't see many Titans around.
Melbourne Storm. Don't see a lot of Storms roaming around these days. Quickly, hot topic. Favorite beer?
This one's really nice. It's called Pirate.
Is that a young crumb stubby holder you got there, Jamie?
It is, mate. Hang on, it's gonna be a bit noisy. This is a Pirate Life IPA. 6.3% alcohol. 355
What's a god
can.
tier beer?
See, my normal drinking beer is a Carlton Dry.
Carlton Dry.
Because it's just so easy to drink.
Very
it just
easy.
has a basic beer flavour. It's a lager.
What beers did you have at 21st? It was Carlton Dry and VB, wasn't it?
Carlton Dry, VB.
That was the same as mine. The exact same as mine. I had Carlton Dry and VB.
Yeah. Carlton Dry is good. It's just an
Carlton Dry is
easy drinking beer.
VB's a bit more stronger, but a lot of people still like it.
One might say it's a bit bitter.
I'm gonna leave that dead silence in, just like silence.
That's
you
okay.
Son of a bitch.
You don't edit the podcast anyway.
Suck my dick. I do.
I just told Sean a little private story.
Fucking hate you.
He
bro.
hates me now.
Douchebag.
Right.
Face.
Have
you ever seen go on YouTube? Maybe, I don't know if you've seen this, but like they have it's like a whole genre of like popular songs but slowed down and reverbed. You seen those before?
No.
Not at all?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just a little thing I saw. It was just like it would have like I don't know, like Drake something.
When
and you'd be like, oh, that's cool. Slow down reverb, and it's just like slowed down.
Oh, right. Okay.
And people would be like, wow, this do be hitting different though. You know what
Well,
I mean?
there's I'm pretty sure there's I think it's called Nightcore. It's like where they edit songs in a certain way to give a certain vibe. It might be a similar thing. But do you remember when Alvin and the Chipmunks came out and they would chipmunk every fucking song there was? Like Avicii, they would be like, and like make it really high pitched.
What do they do again? Sure.
Sounds like a hillbilly.
Yeah. No, I don't remember that. But like doing that, it's not that hard to do on like software. You just increase the pitch.
Yeah.
It's
And then
not that hard.
slow down the pace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those fucking pricks.
Bruh.
Yeah. No, that's the whole thing.
Did
I was
you
just
know-
curious whether you saw that.
Did you know
I'll tell you
Alvin-
whose people suck.
Alvin, just quickly, Alvin the Chipmunk in the movie is voiced by the dude from Criminal Minds.
I don't know who that is. I don't watch
Gray Goobler. Goobler.
Is that his name? Goobler.
His last name's Goobler. Michael Gray?
Gooby,
Is it
Gooby,
Mike?
Gooby.
No, it's not Michael. I don't know.
Michael's a shit name.
Grayson Gray.
Tell you
Goobler?
people suck.
Go on.
You know, remember in like high school, probably in university as well, you know those people who make it out so whoever studied the least amount for a test, they turn it into a competition. They're like, no, I've studied the least amount.
No.
Bro, I didn't sleep last night. No, I didn't sleep last night.
Yeah.
No, you understand. My assignment was due 3 days ago and I haven't even started. You're like, wow, that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know why you're telling us this. Anyway, I just needed to vent for a bit. But you know those type of people?
No. See,
You remember those from high school at
I
least?
feel like someone listening or people listening to this would be like, that's so Michael. But I'm actually quite
No, but
embarrassed.
see, the thing is because Michael actually did those things, but he didn't want to tell anyone about it.
I kept it a secret because it's embarrassing.
Michael's like, yeah, I didn't sleep last night.
People think you're a fuckwit if you...
Because, like, I would, like, relate and be like, oh, this exam's going to be so hard. I'm so screwed. Like, yeah. But then people would be like, oh, like, I've done, like, no study. I didn't sleep last night. But then in reality, they really did sleep. They probably just stayed up till, like, 11 studying. But you were legitimately didn't sleep. Like, you'd be up till, like...
Yeah, if there was an assignment due,
Yeah.
I would pull.
I remember there was...
It wasn't rare for me to pull all-nighters.
There was a modern history one. I think
I pulled like 6 all-nighters in year 12.
proper
something
all-nighters?
like
Or,
that.
like, do you mean all-nighters?
A little bit of a brag.
Did I mention? I had...
I didn't have a healthy relationship with school.
But, and what are you starting to become now? High school.
Just a nice bloke. I'm studying to be a nice
The
bloke.
course of a nice bloke.
I'm studying to be a teacher.
Yeah, but I remember
I've said this before. It's hard to look kids in the eye and tell them that school is important.
it's important because you don't think it's important.
It's a fucking waste of time.
But like when you say all-nighters, proper no sleep or like 3 hours sleep?
Like what I would consider an all-nighter was like a 1 hour nap before I got up for school.
Fuck me.
There
Like,
were
even
times
still,
I
like-
did that.
There'd be assignments that I've sort of done and it'd be the night before and I'd be doing them. But I'd be like finished by like 11.
No.
Would you not start them at all? Like wouldn't even touch it.
I just wouldn't touch it. See, half the
But
trouble.
like when you write
I still think this.
when
half
you're
the
writing
trouble
an
with
essay,
assignments-
when you have to write an essay, does it take you 12 hours to do?
No, I can finish assignments in 5 hours if I proper knuckle down.
That's what I'm saying.
Like when I spend a whole weekend doing assignments
Hmm.
or doing an assignment, if I actually added up the time that I was properly working, it would probably be maximum 5 hours. But I just switch off, man. I don't know.
Tell you what
it
I
is.
should do.
I just like
Next time you have an assignment, bring me over, and you'll just like sit here and do it. And then every time I see you like swipe, pick up a phone, I'll just like throw a book at your head.
Yeah,
you get your assignment done quick, smart.
Yeah. See, sometimes I get on a roll and I do like a whole hour's worth of work and like actually smash out good quality work. But I think half the time of an assignment is spent wrapping your head around what needs to be done.
Yeah,
it's like planning how you're going to lay it out, or planning,
or time management,
or fully understanding what you need to put in this box, or whatever.
You know what to write in the poster.
What to write on your poster.
You know I was going to say that as well. You little devil.
No, but it's just little things like it's just things that take time. With teaching, it's very much like, oh, so you've thought of this lesson plan. Now go to the syllabus and see what outcomes.
What's a lesson plan?
What outcomes you meet? See, it depends. Like if you talk to proper like teachers that are teaching, they never make lesson plans because it's a waste of time.
That's what I'm saying.
They know what they're teaching, type of thing.
But it's just like a maths teacher would be like, the lesson plan would be like, write on board. Yeah, tell them to go into the textbook.
That's the level of detail that we're expected to put in our university lesson plans that we submit as like evidence that we can make lesson plans. So my lesson plan it'll say the unit, like year group, time, how long the period is. It'll say the outcomes from the syllabus that we're meeting in today's lesson. It'll have materials, what's needed, whatever. It'll then have like almost a minute by minute. It'll be like 0 to 5 minutes. Bring class in, sit down. It can have notes on classroom control. So it'll say, before getting to them to sit, put their bags to the side, grab pencil case, book, tell them everything you need, and then they sit down, and it just eliminates room for error kind of thing. So you can put notes on classroom management.
It's going to be 6 periods, so people are going to be rowdy.
Exactly, like notes like that. And then on top of that, it's like the work. You're meant to put the work that they're going to be doing. If they're doing a lesson and they're doing a worksheet, then you've got to put that worksheet in your lesson plan. Have notes about how you're going to dictate how you're going to explain this section or this section, like, and then on top of that, you got to be like differentiation in learning. So if you have a slower student or a student that has a learning difficulty,
people who stay up all night doing assignments,
they're like tired students. Where are you going to get the pillows? It would be like work.
But like if you're doing
like, how is this slow student going to be helped, or how am I going to provide extra work to the super quick students without making them go ahead and be bored later on? Yeah. So it's like you got to provide different difficulties.
You're going to be a woodwork teacher.
You're fucked. Yeah.
And you do a prac, so you're going to be in the woodwork rooms. Do you know how to make a plan for that?
So it'll be like
get out the tools.
You'll just dedicate 40 minutes of that time to, or like 20 minutes or 10 minutes will be demonstration time. Like trying to cover all your bases so you don't have to do follow-up demonstrations later type of thing. It's like, but they expect such a high level of detail at uni, but you get to a school and you show them a lesson plan and they're like, cool, we don't.
Good job.
I haven't made one since I left uni 20 years ago. Yeah, like it's not how it is.
You've been out of uni for 20 years.
At uni for teaching, you don't learn any practical teaching skills. Like very little. You learn like the theory of it and how to be the best teacher possible, but it's just not possible.
But I think that's a lot. Same with a lot of people's courses. Like a lot of people are like, yeah, I barely used any of my stuff, but like because they cover such a broad sort of area, like different teachers use different parts of what you've learned. You know what I mean? Am I right or am I wrong?
Wait, as a teacher, sorry? Like
I'm doing that
with my
students. Like I know with my course, there's only bits and bobs I've sort of used in like outside of university. But I know if someone else took a different route and like maybe did something different, same course, but like just work at a different place, they'd use different parts of it, if you know what I mean.
Right, yeah. So it's like you do engineering, but say you might go to like an engineering place that
specializes
makes
in
small products compared to like big industrial machine. And so you'll use skills over there, but you won't use skills over there.
That's what I'm thinking. Maybe teaching, but I don't know. Maybe it's different.
Not really.
Like a cooking teacher would use different skills as opposed to what you use.
Definitely.
Yeah.
But it's like the education and the teaching subjects we actually do at uni are very much like, this is teaching in general, and you've got to apply it to your subject area to make it make more sense. Because sometimes it's like you got a lesson by like minute by minute, and then it's like we're in a prac lesson. This isn't. You can't minute by minute. You can't tell. You can't like
Johnny saws his wood in half.
Yeah, and when you have 30 kids, it's just impossible.
Yeah, that'd just be. You can't plan that. It's just mayhem.
You can't do it. Sucks as teaching. Quick note: some students you love as people. You're like, you're a very cool person, and I like talking to you, and like lovely person, but you're a shit student.
Should be
and I think I'm a little bit like that. Not saying that people love me.
Yeah, you're such a cool dude, Michael.
Not saying that people love me, but I'm a shit student, and I'm shit academically. But I think I think teachers like me on a personal level.
I'll tell you from experience, they don't.
Yeah, fair enough then.
Every time you're out of the room, they're like, "Fuck that Michael Blake."
My God, it was so funny in high school when certain students wouldn't be in, and the teachers would be like, "It's so peaceful. We're being so efficient today."
Yeah. They'd be like, they'd do the roll and be like, "Oh, this person's not here." Ah, excellent. You can just tell that they're just like a bit happy. Yeah. That was every time you weren't there. That's good.
Good one. Yeah. Good one. Should we wrap it up?
Good banter. Yeah, we'll wrap it up.
Let's wrap it up.
Episode 11.
Episode 11. Thank you for listening to the Young Crumbs podcast. Follow us on Instagram at the Young Crumbs podcast. No underscores, no spaces, just that. What is your Instagram, Sean?
Sean E. Wait, what is it again? I forgot. Do you remember what it is? Shawnee _ Wool.
Remember last week I
you
talked
go
about
first.
having a look. All right. My Instagram is at Moby Dick, MOB_Y_Dick.
Wait, just like the...
Give me a follow.
The whale? Moby Dick.
Just like the whale.
Yeah.
Like
Mine's Sean, SEAN _ 99.
That's
Give us a follow.
Give us a follow. We're going to try to be a little bit more active on our Instagram, I think. Put some polls up.
We want to try and get like a survey out there, but we might do that through our Instagram stories.
I just realized we hardly talked about bucket lists.
Yeah,
maybe
2 seconds.
Maybe next week.
I hate that dude the dude who like gave us the thing is such a douchebag. Anyway,
Let's think about this week some stuff to put on our bucket list, and we'll come into next week with a bucket list
talk
each.
About it at all.
Okay, fair enough.
I hate him. I hate him with a passion. Yes, we'll just keep. I think Instagram's probably the best place to like. I think I might put in because I got to edit this.
Yeah,
we'll put in maybe in the description of the podcast. I'll put like a survey in there, and you guys can just let us know if you enjoyed this week's episode. Maybe. Do you think that's a good idea or nah?
I honestly think no one will click it.
Yeah,
no one will give a shit.
Well, we'll do it on our Instagram then.
I just think new topic. I think when you on your story you just do like topic ideas, and you people
say what we could do.
People
we could be like,
respond.
What's on your bucket list, and people can type it in.
Exactly. A little bit
I
of
tell
feedback.
you what, that's really smart.
Look at that, community involvement.
Yeah,
that's what we're doing. All right, thank you very much for listening.
We promise you'll be involved.
I've been Michael
and Sean.
And Sean. Goodbye.
Bye. Wait, hang on a sec. I got to do something first. 1 second. Thank you. Bye.